surface for me around not having children and not having a partner, I still wouldn't want the wrong partner.
That's a great point for people to hear.
Yes. I'm not interested in that. You have to make my life better. It can't just be, I'm in a relationship to be in a relationship.
Welcome back, my kings. Welcome to the kingdom. Recently, Tracee Ellis Ross was on a podcast doing an interview with Michelle Obama, and she was, pretty much explaining why that she's 52, but why she's decided to date younger men versus older men. And we're just going to deep dive to see if her reason is actually reasonable, or is there a deeper reason. Let's get into it.
I mean, we've talked about this, that often I date younger men. And a lot of it is because...
Let's stop on that, folks.
Oh my God, we had a great dinner. We had a great dinner, by the way, where across the table, your husband goes, "But why?" And I said, well, maybe because I can.
Yeah. It's just funny how when women date younger men, that whole Stella got her groove back. It's applauded because, we date younger women all the time. So if a older woman wants to date a younger man, what's the problem? And it isn't one, but the reasoning behind the two is totally different. See, women goes for younger men because either A, they done hit the wall, or B, older men just aren't interested, and so they have to go young. Younger women talk to older men because they want the money, or they want the guy to already be established and have power and status, and normally it takes men a while to actually reach their financial heights, because most of the time you're not going to reach your financial peak until you're in your 50s and your 60s. So you got to have money to date. But it's amazing when the woman is older, now all of a sudden the man don't have to have money if he's younger because you're older now. I'm gonna bring this back up again in a few minutes, but let's let it continue.
As Harish. This is what I'm saying. Tales from Tracee's.
It's fun. It's really fun to share.
Tracee tales.
But
I'm sorry.
But one of the reasons, though, that because I had to ask myself that question, I was like, what is this about?
Yeah.
Because I want a partner, and so often, and it's not just that I'm older, I'm also very embodied. I am a full, very whole person who knows myself, who is in charge of my life, and who lives a very full, just robust life. So
I'm amazing. I amaze myself.
As you see, she's already preparing her justification, or whatever reason is that she's going to give why she doesn't want to date older men versus younger men. So she's already saying how full that her life is, and how she's already comfortable in herself, and how, she's already rich and embodied. I just want you guys just to pay attention to those key words, because this is already laying the groundwork of what she's going to potentially state the reason why she now dates younger men versus older men.
It's not just age, it's like life experience and sort of a difference. But I had to ask myself the question, why? Why does this keep sort of coming up, other than they're hot and gorgeous?
There's that.
But a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity.
Oh, not this again.
There they go. I literally just made a video about toxic masculinity. I'm actually going to leave at the end of this video. It's amazing when men have boundaries and things that they will or won't accept. It's being toxic. Or if a man is exhibiting masculine qualities, it's perceived as being toxic. That toxic word for a man being masculine is just thrown around so loosely. But let her continue. Let's see what's so toxic about older men is the reason why she dates younger men.
And have been raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks. And anything that starts to smell of that for me, I did enough of it where I was controlled and felt like I was a possession, or whatever those things were, or prize, and I have no interest in it.
So let's just break down actually what she said, right? She didn't say I'm dating younger men because I was abused, or because I was cheated on a lot, or anything that I would probably say, hey, I get it, man. Like, that's, that's kind of traumatic. Her words were, she felt like she was being controlled, and she felt like she was a possession. On the surface, that sounds reasonable. Like, yeah, who wants to feel like they were being controlled or possessed? But let's really break down, because, again, remember, she said that I said I was going to come back to it. When she said she already know who she is, she's comfortable within herself, and she's really, if you know anything of her, she's really opinionated, she has those feminist vibes. So she's going to do what she does, right? And what she ended up finding out when it comes to older men, because I guess I'm in that, I don't know, do I classify as being an older man? I am in my 40s.
Yes, it does.
But what she found out about older men is there are two things that older men do not care about.
Things you need to know.
I don't want to know!
First thing they do not care about is her money.
Fact.
You got to think about it. In the world that she's in, a lot of the guys that she's going to be around is going to have money anyway. She's going to be around other stars. She's going to be around other, like, businessmen, or she's going to be around producers, actors, etc. That's just the world that she's going to be in. So they have money. So her having money, yes, a plus, but they don't care. And even older, and even we're just talking about regular people, older men, especially older men that has money, I don't care if you have money or not. And even older men, even if I don't have any money, I still don't care.
My nigga.
About your money. And the second thing is that she found out that older men don't care about is your status.
He ain't lying.
Yeah, you're Tracee Ellis Ross to the world, but in our relationship, I'm the head of the relationship. And I can see how, for a woman like her, she'll take that as being toxic. She'll take that as being controlled. I can understand that she feel like, she can't move, she can't be herself. It ain't even so much that, it's just older men, yeah, there are certain things that we will accept and we won't accept. And either you accept it or don't, or you move on, I move on. Don't care about your money, and I don't care about your status.
You're a smart motherfucker, that's right.
That's what it sounds like to me. So, an older guy probably told her, like, look, there are certain things that I probably don't want you to wear when you go out. There are probably certain things that man probably told her, hey, I don't want you posting on the internet, because it's like you posting them thirst traps, like something for sale. You off the market now, you with me. I'll give you an example. I can see, like I said, for her age, she's 52 years old. So for her age, hey, she doing it. Don't get me wrong, like she has a really nice shape to be 52. But I can see an older man say, hey, pictures like this, don't post that. And I can see her getting upset with that, like, hey, this is my Instagram, this is my page. Hey, there's nothing, like, yeah, it's nothing revealing about it, but you're showing your ass. I mean, it's nice. But I can see an older man like, no, we're not doing that. Or, it may be certain outfits or something that you want to wear. He's like, no, you're not wearing that. Or I prefer you not to wear that. It might be where, relationship, you used to coming in any types of hour, and the guy like, hey, man, respect me. Don't come in at any times of hour. If we could just keep going on, there are certain things that older men is just going to want from their woman. And a woman like her, she's like, no, that feel too restrictive for her. But how does that, if I have a limitation, or not even so much limitation, or if I have guide rails that I want my relationship to have, how did that in turn end up being toxic?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
So yeah, I can understand why she go to a YN. Yeah, cause you think they care?
No.
Think about it. For a younger guy, for a cougar that looks like that, first of all, you're gonna get props from your homeboys. Like, man, you smashing Tracee? Because we already know if she dating a younger guy, she's gonna probably 9 times out of 10, she's probably gonna have more money than him. And she's probably going to be more famous than, because if you're a younger guy that got money and you're known yourself, there's really no reason for you to have to go up to a 52-year-old like, hey, you can get all these Instagram models and they 10, 15, 20, 30 years younger than her. Unless it's just for the sake of popping her off, or just for the sake of popping her off. But for a young guy, yeah, they have nothing to lose and everything to gain. She look good for her age. She gonna have bread, so all you got to do is just supply her with that meat.
Oh yeah.
And then like, hey, then you ask for that PlayStation, new J's. So for a young guy, hey, he got nothing to lose. And then for her end, when she's out in public with that young man, now she finna get the process. Oh, men do it all the time. Look at her, she got her a YN, and all he doing just laying down the pipe. Ain't bringing nothing, ain't bringing no other value because he ain't got the money like how she got because he younger, remember, that's the reason why women don't be wanting to date men when they're younger, because you tell us that we don't have nothing. You tell us, that you need to go ahead and have your money up, because I remember I had one video, the chick talking about if you don't make over $50,000, you too broke to be dating. How many men you think in their early 20s, mid 20s making over $50,000, $60,000? It ain't many. It ain't many at all. But it's okay when they're older to date somebody who's younger, because they already know the dynamic. They know they're gonna have the money. The young guy coming with the pipe. But with an older guy, again, like I stated, I don't care about your money. I got my own. I don't care your status. And for a woman like that, I can see that being a problem. And so she ended up labeling it as toxic.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
But all that is, what I heard, is older men just have boundaries that they have. And since she don't want boundaries because she's so within herself, she's so true to herself, she's not gonna let you or anybody else put a restriction on her. So fine, just go get you a young dude. And that's cool. But you see how she was being disingenuous. It ain't about being toxic. That's what I heard, because again, she ain't saying about being cheated on. She ain't saying about getting beat on. She said because basically she don't want no restraints and she don't want nobody telling her what to do. And we know older men, that ain't how older men roll. And younger guys, hey, they have no problem rolling with it because they benefiting tremendously for being with her. They benefiting with the money. They benefiting because people know who she is. She got a nice body to be her age. And he can brag to his homeboys that he's smashing, Tracee Ellis, the cougar, right? But guess what's going to happen, though? Because she said she wanted a partner, right? But how long she think that's going to last? She's 52. So let's just say, for the sake of this conversation, let's say she talked to a young guy and he's 25. 8 years from now, he'll be 32. She'll be 60. You think that 32-year-old gonna want a 60-year-old woman?
I said, fuck that.
Regardless of how good she look. At some point, that man might want to have a kid. She's already past that. She's already past that age where she can have kids, so he can't have no kids with her. And then any man that she meet that's younger, that if they on that tip that they may want to have a kids or anything, how that's gonna work?
Tell me how.
And again, you 10, 15, 20, 30 years younger, that's gonna be a hard sell for that YN to want to stick around with her in the long haul. Yeah, in the short term, like, yeah, smash. Hey, do what you do, homeboy. Cause that's all they're gonna do anyway.
Sensational.
And then once she start getting older, why be with somebody who look like you, even though she looks good at 55, 65, when I can be with somebody who look just like you do at 35 or 25? You see what I'm saying?
Damn, you're good.
So it's cool, and I understand from the type of personality that she had why she would want to date a YN, a younger guy. But as far as being toxic as an older guy, she being disingenuous. It's just older men, again, don't care about her money and don't care about her status, and they put in parameters for the relationship and she don't like it. So my kings, y'all tell me what y'all think. Does she really truly do have a point, like, hey, that can feel restrictive? She should be able to wear what she want to wear, post what she want to post, go where she want to go, come in where she want to go in, and you just should accept that because y'all in a relationship. Or from my standpoint is, hey, I'm going to have boundaries, especially as an older guy, and either we both gonna respect these boundaries, or you just go ahead and go about your business. I would love to hear your comments. You can drop them down below, and it's always kings need thrones. Until next time, peace.